Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO44 coming at you with another video. Okay, so now I'm hearing about a possible trade between the Portland Trail Blazers and the Toronto Raptors. And we know these are two teams who've done deals in the past, as we saw Gary Trent Jr. swapped for what's that guy's name? You know me, I always forget names, but they swapped him for a fantastic shooting guard that kind of does the same things, just a little bit older, NBA championship experience, as opposed to him being a young player. So we know that these two teams have done work. Norman Powell, of course, Norman Powell. So this is what we're seeing here is teams who've done deals in the past kind of revisiting, calling one another and trying to see if they could work out something else. And now we're hearing about a much bigger deal. CJ McCollum is going to be possibly, it's rumored, it's nothing confirmed at all, but CJ for Pascal Siakam swap. Now, I think this is great for both teams, especially since the Toronto Raptors just drafted Scotty Barnes. This puts him square in position to have a huge role being their starting power forward. Kind of gets Pascal Siakam, a player who had a bad season, someone who kind of maybe have reached his peak with the Toronto Raptors, a chance to go somewhere else and have a big role with the Portland Trail Blazers. It gives them the shooting that they need with CJ McCollum to kind of help that starting lineup. Give what's my guy's name, Fred VanVleet, a running mate that's legitimate, someone who is also of all-star caliber, someone who does similar things that he does, and being that they are a backcourt that would be lacking in defense, you would have the presence of Scotty Barnes, you would have the presence of OG Anunoby to kind of step in and just be the defensive stoppers that they would be lacking in that starting lineup. So while they couldn't guard their man, they can definitely provide some presence that would be devastating for teams to have to deal with. So it's an interesting dynamic to have non-defensive backcourt and in a hyper-defensive front court. But that's exactly what I expect Toronto's trying to put together. So the shooting is going to be coming from only two spots from what I can see. Although OG can shoot a little bit. And they do have Trent. So they're building properly. Now that I think about it, they're building very properly in terms of what Scotty Barnes would need around him. Because he's not a shooter, but he is an amazing passer. So you definitely put shooters in his way. Man, Fred VanVleet and CJ McCollum, they're going to be lighting people up. 30 points a night from both of them. So if you in the Eastern Conference, if you're dealing with the Toronto Raptors, look out. If they make this deal, they're going to be a difficult team to deal with. How well they do is going to depend on how well Scotty Barnes is able to kind of come along and be a dominant player. You don't expect rookies to come in and be dominant. But if you look at his body, you look at his skill set, it should translate right away. So he's one of those rare guys that I think is going to step in and be exactly who he's going to be. He possibly could win Rookie of the Year, honestly, just because of the huge role that he's going to have. Well, Cade Cunningham's role is going to be massive too. But I think that both of those guys are going to be very much at the top of the Rookie of the Year race. Already you can see that because of the roles. So that's what I see for the Toronto Raptors. Now on the Portland side of things, it just gives Dame Lillard a chance to get a defensive shooting guard somewhere in their lineup. I'd imagine they would be looking for one now, because someone who's not going to shoot as much, but someone who's going to offset his lack of defense himself. But also someone who comes in obviously in Pascal Siakam and can also provide the scoring that CJ provided, so they don't have any drop off in scoring. I think Pascal's I'd rather have CJ, to be honest with you, between the two of them, but Pascal's won a championship. Pascal plays the power forward position, so you don't have those two players coming out of the backcourt. So for Portland, that's what they want. And a brand new coach in Chauncey Billups, so it gives Chauncey Billups a brand new, fresh kind of focal point star to kind of work with. The Portland Trail Blazers have not had a player like Pascal Siakam in quite a while, although they've been known to have very good power forwards. We've seen them have guys like Sheed Wallace and Zebo and so on and so forth. They've come through there. They have done some good things. So this will be the next version of that in Pascal Siakam. He can start and set his legacy with the Blazers. So I think it's a fresh start for a very good player, a player who's already won a championship, but he's probably looking to have a big role and and make some all-star teams. In the Western Conference, I don't really see that as possible, to be honest with you, Pascal, unless you just ball all the way out. But there will be a massive role for you to bring your value up and continue to work in your career and do what you do. So I like it. I like it for both teams, almost equally, to be honest. I don't know who wins the trade. Depends on what else is in the trade. I don't know if it's just a straight up swap like the last time these two teams did a deal, but I would imagine there may be more pieces there. So, yeah, that's what I had to say about this trade. Nothing's done yet. It's just being reported that they're talking about it. What else did I hear? I've heard some other things as well. So, I hear that there was the Lakers are now taking a look at some other players on the free agent market. Some names that hadn't been mentioned already are some guys like Svi Mykhailiuk, who's out there for the free agent market. He's going to have a lot of suitors. There's going to be some good teams that he could go to. But the Lakers are looking at him. Who else? There were some guys I saw. Some of the names that we've already had, like Markieff Morris was out there. Dwight Howard, I saw him on the list. A guy like Alex Burks' name is starting to pop up with the Lakers. And so on and so forth. About the Rudy Gays and the Carmelo Anthonys. We already know those names. Patty Mills been discussed already. So, yeah, man, we're just waiting for the first ball to drop in regards to free agency, in regards to all of these teams. Of course, nothing will be official until the 6th when guys can sign. But you'll probably hear about guys committing sooner than that. And, again, DeMar DeRozan's still looking at the Lakers like, yo, I don't care about the trade. I don't care about no money. I just want to be at home just like Russie, so bring me there. And the Lakers fans are essentially saying, yeah, but, we need shooting. So unless you're going to come over here and be a 40% shooter, you may be a detriment to what it is we're trying to do. But it is what it is, man. It's a lot of movement, a lot of stuff to talk about. Some guys are going to be looking to get paid. Some other guys may be looking to get traded. So I expect there to be a lot of movement between now and the start of the season. So I'll keep you guys posted as stuff comes my way. I feel like I'm forgetting something, so I may find out what it is and click it right back on. But I thank you all for watching. My name is BDO44.